In my last video, I mentioned how as part of being a field service engineer, you have to be able to adapt to changing circumstances. I think this is a skill set that makes a good field service engineer. So in this video, I kind of wanted to talk more about the subject, maybe give you guys some tips, things that I use to essentially better improvise, Oh, by the way, these are primarily going to be focused on the biotech industry. This is because this is something that I personally have experience in, so I can give you more factual information. Welcome back to Untitled Label, where we strive for greatness through optimization. I'm John, I'm a field service engineer and an entrepreneur, and on this channel we talk about all things relating to being a field service engineer. I think the first thing we're going to talk about is rapid response to emergencies. Going from a personal standpoint, you may be on standby for, let's say, a demo. A demo is going to be where we're showcasing an instrument. So as a field service engineer, you might be on standby in case something goes wrong with that demo. Now you have to respond in a timely manner to that repair. That way you can get that instrument back up and you can keep that demo going. So this is something that you're going to be dealing with as a field service engineer. But keep in mind though, because of the type of equipment that you're working on, you're going to be responding to equipment malfunctions or errors that might be impacting critical research. By that, I mean you have people that are researching stuff that dealing with cancer, different types of health risks. One of the key components to being a field service engineer is being flexible. This is where this is going to come in really handy. Name of the game, and especially to being a good field service engineer, is to minimize equipment downtime as best as possible. Now, of course, there's life going on. There's all sorts of events going on in life, but you have to try to do your best when stuff comes in to get that stuff back up. So overall, I think this is a big factor when it comes to being a field service engineer. So number two, this is real, believe it or not, you're going to be under some type of pressure. Now, the amount of pressure that you want to be under is going to be up to you. But at the end of the day, there is always pressure no matter what kind of job, what kind of career path you're following, there's always some type of pressure. Yes, you do have flexibility with your time, etc. There are the good things about the job, but like any other job, there are still things that you do have to answer to. There's still pressure that comes into play. So let's talk about this now. Being able to remain composed while under stress, it's vital to being a field service engineer. Stress, like I mentioned just now, it's going to be part of the job. But you have to be cool, calm, and collected when you're on the customer site, because after all, you're the face of the company when on site. For example, let's take a situation where you're on site, you're working on a piece of equipment, like for example during maintenance, and something breaks. This can be a situation where you might feel a little bit more pressure. You initially went in for a simple PM, now you're having to deal with a repair. When you're dealing with situations like this, one, you're going to want to be open with the customer. Being able to communicate with the customer what has happened. Yes, initially they may be a little bit upset, but at the end of the day, it's going to help you tenfold. This is going to bring us to our next topic. Number three is going to be on-site troubleshooting. So you came on site, you were there for a PM, now something just broke. You're going to have to be able to troubleshoot and figure out what happened, explain that well to the customer, get the right parts, etc. So as part of the job, you're going to be troubleshooting on the spot. So you have to be a good troubleshooter. Oftentimes too, if it is something that you might be able to fix on site, let's say you have the parts, this is where troubleshooting is even going to be more effective. Because yes, you got yourself in a little bit of a situation, a little bit of a pickle, but if you have the necessary skills, you have everything that you need, you can actually fix that situation and go on about your day. At the end of the day, still being able to communicate with the customer, let them know what happened, that still shows the type of honor and commitment you have as a field service engineer. Our fourth topic is going to be handling new technology. This is something I personally like. You're going to have the opportunity to work on a lot of different types of equipment in many different fields. Now, the possibilities are somewhat endless depending on the type of person that you are. One thing that can make a good field service engineer is being able to learn and adapt to new and changing circumstances. This can mean learning new equipment and being able to support newer endeavors. Being flexible and being able to obtain and acquire new skills is only going to help you stay in the forefront of the industry. One thing I recently had the opportunity to do is cross-collaborate with other teams. So as a field service engineer, you're going to have other aspects of the team, other aspects of your company that you're going to be interacting and working with. This is what I mean by this. We recently had our national service meeting in Chicago, which, by the way, if you haven't seen my video, make sure to check that out. This is a fun video of some of the pictures I took while there visiting. But anyways, you're going to be working with scientists, researchers, people in admin, people in sales. You're going to be working with a lot of different types of people for this job. Learning what those roles are and learning what they do is only going to help you be a better field service engineer, as you know which areas to reach out for support. Being able to work cohesively with these other roles is going to help and provide successful project execution. Now, eventually, you're going to be that go-to person that people call for advice. Now, this is going to bring us to our next topic, which is providing remote support. This is where being able to communicate effectively and being able to troubleshoot from long distance comes into play. Now, I'll say this is something that I'm still getting used to and improving for myself, but this is a skill set that can make a great field service engineer. As a matter of fact, I work with a colleague of mine and friend named Carl who has a great skill like this. Not only might you be helping colleagues, you might be assisting customers as well. Sometimes if you don't have the necessary information, you can reach out to a customer, get additional information, and try to help them troubleshoot the issue. When in a pinch, this can be really helpful as you're helping to save some time as well as cost with something simple that a customer can resolve. I think that's about it for this one. Today we talked about adaptability as a field service engineer. You got an inside look in the biotech industry as well as some factors that might make you succeed. Again, I'm John. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and share with someone that might find this useful. With that said, I'll catch you on the next one.